She placed the dish on the table without meeting my eyes and said, "Don't stay up tonight." She said it the way people comment on the temperature, casual and final, not like a choice that split our shared life in two. I watched her sit down with one hand glued to her phone. That part wasn't new. Lately the phone was an extension of her body. She'd tap the screen, flip it face down, then a second later it would vibrate and she'd flip it back. No smile. No glance at me. Just the act of being occupied. "Work again?" asked, keeping my voice even. "Yeah. Big deadline." She cut into her food. "It's just a busy stretch. If you say so." She nudged a piece of food around her plate. "Can we not do this? I'm exhausted." If I'd known where that sentence was leading, I would have saved it somewhere, because it became the background noise to everything that followed. Her name was Claire. Mine is Daniel. I run a small contracting business restoring older homes on the east side. We finish when we say we will, we don't cut corners, and I believe in two things: honesty and order. Our marriage used to feel like that. Easy evenings. Simple laughter. She used to meet me at the door with a grin and a story about her day. We'd eat late and talk until midnight crept onto the kitchen clock. Then something quietly fractured. No explanation. Just distance, like a door closed without a sound. The first sign was how she guarded her phone. She carried it like it was fragile. Even in the bathroom, it stayed nearby, wrapped in a towel. If it buzzed, she moved instantly. If I asked about it, she'd blink and repeat the same line. "Everything's fine." When I pressed, she'd add, "If it bothers you, stop overthinking." That was the pattern: deny, deflect, dismiss. Her sister Lily started coming around more often. Lily is the lively one. Big personality, loud laugh, always in motion. She could turn a quick errand into a whole event. She'd make tea, sit on the counter, ask me about lumber prices like it was gossip. We'd always gotten along naturally. Nothing strange. Nothing blurred. But when Lily was around, Claire became overly pleasant, hovering like she was putting on a show, offering snacks, checking drinks, smiling too hard. "Watching. You don't have to babysit," I said once while washing dishes as Lily talked about her neighbor's dog. "I'm just being nice," Claire replied. "You like nice, don't you? I like genuine." Her jaw tightened. "Why don't you stick to fixing things and let me handle the kitchen?" I let it go, but I noticed everything after that. The sharp comments. The growing silence. The late nights that stacked on top of each other. One morning she stirred her coffee and said without looking up, "I'll be late tonight. Client dinner." "Which client?" She brushed her thumb over her phone. "Team from out of town." "You said that yesterday." I shrugged. "Busy season. You'll text." "If I can." I already knew what that meant. That night she came home close to midnight and went straight past me into the bathroom. When she slipped off her coat in the hallway, I caught a smell that didn't belong to conference rooms. A mix of smoke and alcohol. When she came back out, I asked, "Dinner ran late?" She sighed. "Are we really doing this?" She picked at a loose thread on her sleeve. "That jacket says otherwise," I said. "My jacket doesn't talk." "I thought we still did." She rolled her eyes and opened the fridge. That was the end of it. I didn't chase her. I don't beg and I don't yell. In my work, when something shows signs of failure, you don't panic. You assess. My marriage entered that phase. The next day I texted her about grabbing lunch near her office. She replied immediately, "No time." Slam. I was already parked down the street. 5 minutes later she walked out looking polished and unhurried, scanned the sidewalk, tapped her phone and climbed into a cab. No rush. No lunch plans. Just distance. Followed. I'm not proud of it, but I believe in evidence. Words are contracts, and when contracts feel empty, you verify. The cab stopped outside a restaurant with a red awning. Claire stepped out, fixed her hair and smiled. A man waiting near the entrance straightened when he saw her. He smiled back like this wasn't new. She smiled in a way I hadn't seen at home in months. Open and relaxed. They went inside together. The man was Lily's husband, Aaron. I sat there long enough to feel numb. Every excuse I tried to give her collapsed on contact. This wasn't coincidence. This was routine. I didn't confront her. Anger clouds judgment and I needed clarity. I called a private investigator I'd used once for a business issue. Quiet guy. Detailed. Reliable. I need documentation, I told him. And discretion. You'll have both, he said. I let Claire keep playing her role. Late nights. Deadlines. We lived like polite strangers. I adjusted quietly. Moved money, secured accounts, shifted tools to my workshop. Lily still visited, once asking softly, "Are you okay?" "We're fine," Claire said too quickly from the hallway. A week later, the investigator slid a folder across a diner table. Photos. Patterns. It wasn't a mistake. It was a choice repeated over time. I didn't read every page. I didn't need to. The next morning I met with a lawyer. He told me not to rush to prepare. So I did. I separated finances, changed codes, moved into the guest room. Claire noticed. "Is this punishment?" "No. It's preparation." "For what?" "For reality." That week she tried kindness again, bringing food, apologizing vaguely, suggesting weekends together. I declined calmly. Charm doesn't rebuild trust. Consistency does, and hers was gone. On Sunday I went to help a friend build a deck. Claire called, annoyed that I didn't drop everything for her sudden need for connection. "You're so rigid," she said. "I'm dependable," I replied. When I got home, Lily was there alone, nervous. She finally said, "I know about them." "I do too." We talked for hours, not emotionally but practically. Two people cleaning up messes they didn't make. That night Claire walked in and froze when she saw us at the table. She tried denial, then anger, then laughter, then fear. I laid out the plan calmly. Separation, papers, boundaries. She resisted, accused, pleaded. I didn't raise my voice. The next morning we signed documents in a quiet office overlooking a parking lot. No drama, just endings. She tried again afterward. Food, apologies, public scenes. Each time I responded the same way. Firm, clear, finished. Weeks later, the house was quieter. Ordered. Clean. I gave the extra groceries to my neighbor. Kept the onions. Food is useful. Kiss isn't. I didn't tell people why we ended. I didn't need to. Truth has a way of surfacing on its own. What mattered was this. I kept my integrity intact. I didn't shout. I didn't beg. I handled my side with precision. And when the dust settled, the house stood firm again. Different but solid.